Good morning, sir. Myself, T. Kaushik Reddy from CSCB, Computer Science Engineering B section, and my roll number is 22951A0570. And my English AAT Tech Talk is nothing but is to communicate well, listen first. The topic tells you that to communicate well, listen well. It means that if you want to improve your speaking skills, or if you want to improve your one-to-one interaction, you need to first listen first. Nothing but you have to hear to the professionals talking, like communicating professionally, etc. So we'll start about the topic. So what is listening? So first basic thing is what is listening. So the process of using our eyes, ears, and mind to understand meanings and feelings. Skill of grasping both facts that feelings to interpret the genuine content of a message. Listening is the receiver's activity in oral communication. Listener has a responsibility to be attentive and to make effort to understand the meaning of the speaker. An executive spends 9% of time in writing, 6% in reading, and 30% in speaking, and at last 45% in listening. So here the major part, or we can draw a pie chart on writing, reading, speaking, and listening. So major thing is listening, 45%. So here is the pie chart. You can say where listening dominates, or obviously with 53%, and writing 14% and speaking 16%, and again reading 17%. So here are the basic steps of listening. How the way you listen. Like first step of listening is hearing, next interpretation, next evaluation, next response. So stage one is listening, and stage two is understanding, and stage three is remembering, and stage four is evaluating, and stage five is feedback, giving advice, not basically the advice, but giving a feedback, just answering the question asked by the speaker or the encoder. So here, hearing. In hearing, the listener simply attends to the speaker to hear the message. Next, interpretation. Interpretation depends on the listener's vocabulary, knowledge, experience, and so on. Next, evaluation. In evaluation step, the listener decides what to do with the received information. So evaluation is nothing but the listener decides what to do with the received information. Next, response. The response lets the speaker know whether the listener has got the message and what his or her reactions. So basically, the response is nothing but it tells that the speaker, whether the speaker got to know about what what the speaker is speaking about, or knowing his or her actions basically. Next, so these are the 5 steps of listening. One is selecting, attending, understanding, remembering, and responding. First is selecting, sorting through various sounds and deciding what sounds to pay attention to. Next, attending, to focus on a particular sound or message. We are more likely to attend to messages that are about us, humor, new ideas, real or concrete things. Next, understanding, assigning meaning to messages, assigning a familiar pattern based on knowledge, experience, senses, etc. Next, remembering, ability to recall information, tend to remember what is important to us. Next, responding, verbal and non-verbal process to confirm understanding. So responding is in 2 forms. One is verbal and non-verbal process. One is verbal process, which helps you in responding to the speaker by using your mouth, like giving sounds through mouth. And the non-verbal thing is that one giving actions, showing posture, gestures, etc. Like nodding your heads if you understand. If you don't understand, just nodding your head in a horizontal way like this. Yeah, that is the responding basically. So next, listening. Listening is a positive and intellectual activity which involves not only understanding the content of the message, but also the feeling of the speaker. The tone of voice, gestures, expressions, and even silence have meaning. Understanding the feeling is called empathic or active listening. You have to train yourself to be a good listener. So basically, if you want to be a good listener, you need to train, you need to listen to the many people who are professionally speaking, like who have more edge at the people who doesn't speak properly or doesn't listen to anything properly. They have a vast edge on us. Next, what are the basic importance or the importance of listening? Interaction with others depend for success on your ability to listen. Skill and sympathetic listening is the effective tool in working with people. Unless instructions are carefully listened to, understood, and remembered, one cannot carry out the assigned work. Inefficient listening affects interpersonal relations as well as decisions making and employee relations. Many of the objectives of downward communication, such as motivation and raising morale, can be achieved by listening attentively rather than talking. So, basic importance of listening. This slide tells you need to concentrate on what encoder or the speaker is speaking about, or what advice he's giving about, on what topic he's speaking about, on what career building topic he's talking about. You need to concentrate on the sentence, on the new words he's speaking, instead of talking to the people beside you or there on you. Just which helps in communicating more professional. It helps you in to communicate with the neighbor countries like foreign America, Australia, etc. It helps you in exploring the world. Next, in conferences, committees, and group discussion, listening is very important for every member of the group. Socially, good listening improves conversation and social relations. Listening and remembering what you have heard is important. Skilled listening helps in finding out more information, learning about people and their mind, raising morale. Next, obtaining suggestions and new ideas, discovering why employees perform as they do, helping with solving problems. Next, so these are the 5 types of listening. Like one is passive listening, attentive listening, active or empathetic listening, discriminative listening, and selective listening. So passive listening. First, we'll learn about what is passive listening. Passive listening is hearing what a person says without responding to them in any way. The person listening does not show any reaction to what they have heard. Passive listening is nothing but hearing with what person says without responding, either in verbal or non-verbal way, like not giving any expressions, not showing any body gesture or posture that you understand what speaker or the encoder is speaking about. Next, attentive listening. Attentive listening occurs when one is genuinely interested in speaker's point of view. Next, active listening. Active listening shows the speaker that you are concerned. Active listening leads to getting better information. Active listening requires definite intent to listen. Focus on the speaker, verbal and non-verbal encourages feedback loop to ensure accuracy. So these are the importance of active listening. Shows the speaker that you are concerned, leads in getting better information, encourages further communication, potential to enhance relationships, better cooperation or problem solving, minimize misunderstandings. Next, helps in negotiation skills and helps you to stand out. Avoid communication errors, key to success. So if you follow this basic 9 points of importance of this active listening, helps you in leading your life in a better way and getting better communication skills or better listening skills, etc. Next, discriminative listening. It involves in identifying the difference between various sounds. It also enables one to differentiate familiar and unfamiliar language. Next, selective listening. It involves in selecting the desired part of the message and ignoring the undecided part of the message. So what is selective listening is It involves in selecting the desired part of the message and ignoring the undesired part of the message. So select listening is nothing but the part which is selected for speaker to speak, which is listened by the listener. So here is the basic listening or hearing, or basic difference between listening or hearing, or having a great having a fight between listening and hearing. So hearing, sense that allows you to perceive sound. It's a physical act only, requires reception of sound waves. Listening, mental process that requires concentrating on sound, deriving meaning from it, and reacting to it. So listening takes times than hearing. I feel like hearing is a God gifted, as it doesn't need any concentration. Like if you are doing any other work, and if your mom says something to do, then you can hear it instead of concentrating on it. But listening need concentration. You need to understand what the encoder or the speaker is telling. If the words are unclear, if the words are new, you need to know what ask the encoder to give the meaning of the new word. So I feel hearing is a God gifted. The listening is a art, basically art. We should develop our listening skills. It's not a God gifted. We should develop it by oneself or ourselves. So these are the barriers and benefits of effective listening. Barriers: cultural, physical, complex responses, inapt nonverbal cues, pretend comprehension, unsuitable responses, taking the spotlight, stereotyped reactions, over underreaching. So benefits of effective listening: enhance productivity, improves relations, avoids conflict, improves understanding, improves negotiation skills, helps you stand out. People will appreciate it. So traits of good listening. So these are the traits, sorry, not traits, it's traits of good listening. L, where it returns, look interested, get interested. I, involve yourself by responding. Just go into the imagination of the situation, or get into the situation. Imagine yourself in the situation. S, stay on target. T, test your understanding. E, evaluate the message and neutralize your feelings. Features of listening. Listening is a mental activity. It improves by concentration and consciousness. Nonverbal communication also helps in listening. Listening stimulates speaking or stimulates speaking. Listen involves paying close attention to the sounds that come in way of our communication. So techniques of listening skills: focus on the key points, be aware on both verbal and non-verbal messages, listen with open mind, avoid false attention and pretending to listen, wait for the speaker to pause to clarify your questions, be attentive but relaxed. Don't be in a hurry mood. Just concentrate on what a speaker or the encoder is telling, so that we decoders can understand or improve our listening skills. If we improve our listening skills, which helps you in speaking more fluency in English, you can communicate with whole world. Like, as English is or the communication in English is a uh, unique language, or you can say which is used everywhere, but not only in specific countries. It is used everywhere. So English, I feel it is as a unique language. So listening pitfalls: appearance and delivery, separating ideas from facts, interrupting, distraction, pretending, sarcasm. So be a whole body listener, brain thinking, ear hearing, shoulder facing, eyes looking, hand still, feet calm, and mouth quiet. Shut your mouth. That's it. Nothing else. Rules of good listening: stop talking, stop thinking, remove distractions, do not let your mind wander. Do not prejudge, be patient, empathize with the speaker. So, conclusion. So, most people spend at least half their communication time listening. This most used communication skill, sorry, most people spend at least half their communication time listening. in listening. This most used communication skill is not only crucial in interpersonal communication, it also affects organizational communication and helps determine success in education and in careers. Business writer Kevin Murphy says, the better you listen, the luckier you will get. So take time to listen. So what I feel is listen carefully what the encoder or the speaker is speaking, what exactly the topic is, what message it gives to the world, what moral you get about the what the speaker says. Just concentrate, stay your body still, don't talk with anyone around you. Don't fall your shoulders. Don't let your shoulders fall. Just don't be lazy. Be attentive so that you can listen. You can improve your listening skills and improve your speaking skills. If you are a better listener, then you are a better speaker. So yeah, thank you. This is my TED Talk presentation on listen first. Yeah. Sorry. This is my TED Talk. Listen first if you want to speak.